Hi, everyone. It's Jack Newton here. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Clio. And I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person tonight, but I'm excited to join you virtually, at least, in this recording to share what was a pretty formative story for myself and Ryan in the early days of starting Clio. Just to give you a sense of where Clio's at today, we are an organization of over 1,500 people, servicing over 150,000 legal professionals around the world with our platform that helps lawyers manage every aspect of their law firm. It's a cloud-based offering with more recently AI capabilities being layered on top of that core capability. We've grown extremely quickly over the years. We're today over 300 million of ARR. We're profitable. We're proudly Canadian. We're headquartered here in Vancouver and have offices in Toronto, Calgary, Dublin, and Sydney. And it's been an incredible journey, and Clio's turned into something bigger and more substantial than I ever imagined, even in my wildest dreams back in 2008 when Ryan and I founded Clio. And one of the real turning points for us was evolving our thinking from building what we initially thought would be a very small company, something many people, I think, somewhat pejoratively call a lifestyle company, and choosing to build a real enterprise and to swing for the fences and try to build something huge. And it was our very first investor in Clio, our first outside investor in Clio, I should say. We had some friends, family, and fools, as they're often called, as early investors in Clio. But our first external investor was a guy named Christoph Jans, and he invested in Clio in 2008, found us when it was just me and Ryan, and we were pounding the pavement in North America trying to raise some angel investment money, failing miserably at that exercise. And Christoph cold emailed us and offered to invest in Clio. But one of the prerequisites Christoph had was he wanted to shift our thinking into being more ambitious. And like I said, what Ryan and I originally were hoping to do with Clio, and you'll laugh maybe at our lack of ambition. We wanted Clio to be something that maybe employed three or four people in its entirety, something that would throw off maybe $100,000 a year for each of us, and that we could live happily ever after. And Ryan and I, for those of you that don't know, are childhood best friends. We've known each other since we were 8 years old, met in grade three in Edmonton, Alberta. And at the time, we just wanted more time to hang out, to play video games, to have fun, and thought that Clio could find a nice little niche of the legal market, and that we could live a good living off of that niche. And what Christoph helped us understand was that there's a winner takes most, and in some cases, even a winner takes almost all dynamic in many software markets. And in particular, in vertical SaaS, where we were playing, there was likely to be a venture-backed competitor that would take up a lot of the market share. And our idealized notion of having a nice little corner of this space carved out for ourselves was maybe a bit naive because we would eventually get steamrolled by this venture-backed, fast-moving competitor. And Christoph's question to me and Ryan was, why don't you guys become that fast-moving, venture-backed competitor? And why don't you swing for the fences and try to build something really big? And I think for, a couple of pretty humble, low-key Edmonton boys, the idea that we could go and raise millions of dollars of financing and build even at that time, we thought building a $10 million ARR company was something beyond the wildest scope of what we thought we could build with Clio, was unimaginable. But Christoph really helped us see the path to raising a bigger amount of money, which we ended up doing in our Series B, following Christoph putting $1 million in our Series A, which is laughably small by today's standards, but we did a $1 million Series A back in 2008. And then went on to raise now over $1 billion over the course of the last 17 years. And we've built that swing for the fences company that Ryan and I thought would have been just impossible back in 2008. So I think the takeaway for me is it's always great to have somebody in your corner that is pushing you to think bigger, and you're often able to achieve something much bigger and much more ambitious than what you might set out to do. And if you have those big ambitions, you can find that that kind of thinking manifests the outcomes that can help build world-changing companies. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person. If you see me wandering around Web Summit, please make a point of saying hi. And thanks for listening to me tonight.